It's Morphin Time! Blue Ranger style. What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am back from the unknown, and today on the channel we have two awesome products from Hasbro. We have the Blue Ranger's size as well as the Blue Ranger helmet. Now, this came just a little too late, as this past year I had the opportunity to meet David Yost, the original Blue Power Ranger. I pre-ordered these and it just didn't happen. So after I met him, he was great, by the way, very friendly in person. We got our photo taken with him. Awesome person. Downside is I didn't have either of these at the time, so I didn't get a chance to get the helmet signed, which is what I was probably going to go for, or the size. So these have been sitting for a little bit, but I wanted to at least open them up on the channel and see what they look like, review them with you guys, because we're going on a full set of all the original Rangers to get a big display set up down here in the Kerm Cave. So let's go ahead and open the helmet up first. All right, so first one we're gonna open up is the Blue Ranger helmet with our handy dandy bat knife. We're gonna cut the sides like that, and we're gonna open this up. Oh, it's taped. Oh, no, it's not taped on the side. It's just got a little tab. Now, if you guys get the chance, I would highly recommend getting these. For me, I love getting these autographed, but I've seen the prices kind of skyrocket on these after they're released and they're sold out. So if I were you, I'd go ahead and snag them, but that's just me. Oh man. Let's get these good. And this is awesome. I don't see, there's a, oh, it's got a scratch. Oh, that sucks. It looks like it's part of, oh no, maybe it's supposed to be like that. Alright, I think it's supposed to be like that. That's part of where the seam is for the helmet. There's a seam right here, but this one stands out a little bit more on that side. So that's a little bit disappointing, but kind of happens. On the shelf, I don't think you're going to notice anything. And again, we're getting these mostly for display purposes. You get inside the helmet, you get a little instruction booklet, and you get a little display stand. So let's go ahead and put the display stand together and see how it looks. Alright guys, super easy to put together. On the inside, again, just like the other helmets, it has kind of like an adjustment thing on the back. The helmet is just magnets, just clicks together like that. It's got the little pull tabs here on the side, but obviously to cut costs, these aren't real, they're just replica. So you just pull it apart, it's all magnets. It does look a little small, which is a concern, but I think that looks great. That's going to look great on display. It's got some nicks on it here and there. This one's very, very reflective, which I like. That's an issue that we had with the first Tyrannosaurus helmet, the Red Ranger helmet. It was like a dull matte finish. Since Hasbro has got it back from Saban, these are all glossy, but we got to do the ultimate test. We got to try it on and see how it looks. Oh man, this is gonna be tight, I think. Ooh, we gotta adjust that and loosen it up a little bit. That's my big head for you. I know this looks like the White Ranger, and the White Ranger one had a pretty small scale one. But it looks like I'm able to put it on and close it. But my chin is like poking out the bottom. So if you guys get this for cosplay, it might not be the best purchase because my chin's sticking out a little bit. Now if I do that, it's a little bit better, but I have like a thing going right across my eyelids that I can barely see, and I think my chin is still sticking out. For it to go like this, not staying quite right. So if you guys get this for cosplay purposes, it might not be the best for cosplay, just because of how it's turning. But for display purposes, I think it's great, which is how I'm probably going to use it. Like I said, I want a big display for all the original Power Rangers. And as a kid, I always wanted these helmets. They didn't have anything. The only thing they offered was the miniature weapons, which, speaking of weapons, let's go ahead and get his size. All right, guys, so here are the Blue Rangers. What do they call these? Oh, it's the Lance, Power Lance. Not his size, the Power Lance. Oh God, you guys are gonna be screaming at me at the intro. So I was always a big fan of the Blue Ranger, and as a kid, I actually went as the Blue Ranger for Halloween one year. And I really liked Billy. He was the smart one. And I've always liked the smarter characters in TV shows. Donatello was my favorite Ninja Turtle. It just, you know, goes down the line like that. This is using Hasbro's plastic-free packaging except for the tape. And it even says at the top, we're gonna go ahead and open this. And when you open it, it is a sea of blue, a whole lot of blue. So I'm gonna hold this up so you can kind of see how it comes packaged. Unfortunately, it's very reminiscent of the Black Series. So I wish they wouldn't have done this with the Black Series, but it is what it is. Now there are a bunch of different ways how you can display these, from what I was told. Oh, and instead of using zip ties, they're actually using a type of rope. So I don't know if you all can see that, but it's a type of rope on the back. And it is pretty much doing the same job as a zip tie over here. That was interesting. So I have here in the package, once you get everything sorted, you have this cool display stand, which I'm happy they're putting in all of the weapons that you're getting. And as I understand it, there's two ways to display it. You also don't want to forget these. These are kind of tucked in towards the opening of the box. So I think they go something like this and like this. And then of course you get your weapons for the Power Lance. And you kind of twist them in like that. And then they just extend that way. So it's crazy, but I have this on camera and this is just barely on there. So this is awesome. It is very satisfying to get that click. Oh, this is awesome. So just like the TV show, you can just throw this and this is like the gun. The thing that I don't like, or at least I hope that they do if they're creating all these weapons, that they all fit together properly with the power bow for the ultimate, you know, big blaster. They're definitely going to need something for the edge of these. Now, since they snap together so easily, that's really cool. It almost looks like there's two different types of silver paint for the middle part here, which is odd. This one is way more reflective than this one, so that's very disappointing. So when you put them together like this, it doesn't look right. Like even at a distance, and it's not 100% in the light, I can tell there's a little bit of a different color right there. So if you have it like this, as long as you're holding it like this, you can't really tell. But when you bring it a little bit closer, this is more like a gunmetal gray, and this is like a shiny silver. So that's definitely disappointing. Let's see. So if you look at the rest of it right here, yeah, that's really weird. It's like this one missed its extra coat of reflectiveness. I don't notice that anywhere else on these. That's just a shame. So if you want to display it, I know one way you could display it was like this. So if you're trying to display these like this, or you can even extend them if you want, have it go over your mantle, your fireplace, wherever you would like. The downside is if you get one like this, it's gonna have a color contrast. So that's very disappointing, and that limits your display ability. One of the cool things with this is there were so many ways to display it, or so it shows. So you can display it that way, you can display them up and down, or sideways, I believe. So it looks like they can go like this. And I think this is how I'm gonna display it, so that you don't even have to worry about that color contrast. You only see it a little bit sticking out. But if you display it like this, they're never gonna know. They're never gonna know. Plus, I like how this looks on the camera. It's a crisscross feature, and it kind of shows you in the instruction booklet how to set it up, but you definitely need these black pieces here. 100%, this is how I'm going to display it. I love the power coins. They're both very reflective. I think they're both exactly the same. The paint jobs, and the paint jobs on everything is the same except for the handle here on mine. So it's very disappointing. Now, one of the things that's really cool is the power coins on this side pop off, and we can put in some batteries. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna test the sound features and the lighting on these. And we're back. All right, so that was interesting. And I don't know if I'm just getting old or what, but Hasbro is so smart. I just want to show you this because I was looking at how to get at the battery. Oh, it does it without even turning it on. Okay. Okay, so I don't know. I think Hasbro is just super, super smart. I'm so impressed by this. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or not, but on the back side of the power lance, once it's like inside form, the power coin on the back side here, simply twist it counterclockwise and it comes off. And that's how you get the batteries in. Each one takes 3 AAA batteries. So once you put the batteries in, you unscrew this, put the batteries in. The middle one has to have the one part sticking up. You put this back on, it kind of clicks a little bit. Let me make sure that this one's clicked. And you're off to the races. Now, there is no real off button. It can you can't turn it off. There's a button back here, and there's like some marks back here to let the sound out, but there's no real off button. So if I have it like this and I want to extend it, it lights up. And then same with the power sword, it's making a little bit of noise. So if you move it, it'll actually light up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but when you hit it, it'll flash. A little bit of white, a little bit of blue on sides. So it definitely reacts to that. And then if you put it back, now I don't know if it's picking it up or not, but there's a little bzzz noise. Kind of like there's electricity going through it. So to turn that off, there's a button on this side, right above where the cutouts are for the noise. You press that, it lights up, and then there is no noise. So it's gonna be like that for both of them. And I wanna test this. So when you connect them like that, it makes that noise. And now they're both kind of glowing, if you can see that. I don't know if the camera's able to pick that up or not, but it's like the lights are changing. Let's see if we extend it. That's pretty cool. And it's making noise, and then if you probably bang it on the table. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's lower them together. Oops. All right, so that's one of the things that I was wondering if was it going to be an issue with this cap. So this, you really have to lock this on tight until you hear that snap. So if you have these like this, now I didn't push the button to turn them on. Let's go ahead and, all right, so now it's off. So I'll push the button, they're on again. They're still making like a humming noise. And now it's completely quiet. So, good thing and bad thing about these, one of the issues that I've always run into is the leaking of battery acid, especially with the Dragon Dagger, with the Power Sword, something you want to be concerned with because they never truly shut off. I don't know how fast it's going to drain the batteries or not, but it's something you definitely want to keep in the back of your mind. If you're only using this for display purposes, you may want to simply display it without any batteries inside, just so you don't run the risk of battery acid leakage. That sounds way dirtier than I wanted it to. Leakage. You always want to be concerned about leakage, but you can always just turn these on right here. The downside is, I thought it would have been cool if they glowed a little bit, but there's no glowing. I'm really impressed with the lighting effects that this has. I love the lighting effects in between the blades here, and the lighting is only on the sides. It's not as obnoxious as the Power Sword or the Dragon Dagger, how it completely lights up, because it only does that on one episode of the show, and you can't really do anything while it's, you know, glowing or anything. So the Dragon Dagger has a light, or a little switch that you can turn it on and off, the glowing aspect of it. The Power Sword, you hold it and you run your finger up it and it lights up. But really with the Power Sword, because of that aspect of it, it ruins a whole side of the display ability, I think. With that. With these, they look a whole lot better. The paint job overall, for the most part, is good. I love how it's shiny here. The power coins really stand out to me. The big disappointing aspect of this is the different handles. Like I said, it's got, we'll put a picture up here at some point during the video just to kind of show the contrasting paint jobs on that grip. So if you are purchasing these for cosplay, you may have to, you can't just use it out of the box. It's gonna look off. I mean, you could, but it's not gonna look great. You're gonna have to add a different coat of paint or something on that so that the two handle parts match. That being said, I'm very happy with this, especially if I'm gonna use this as a display piece. So I think it looks great. I love the helmet. The helmet, again, if you're gonna use this as a cosplay item, it's gonna be an issue, but look at that on camera. That looks great with the helmet and with these. And if you did get the movie Morpher for Billy, for the Blue Ranger, that could look great, like even right in front. So that could be a really cool display if you want to go that route. And depending on how they're going to release the other products or the other Rangers in this line, you can kind of design how you would like to display all of these. I know the next weapons that they have coming out are Trini's daggers, and it looks like they're similar to the Power Sword and the Dragon Dagger. It looks like one side of them completely lights up, which I'm very disappointed with. But I've already jumped in, I've gone this far, might as well finish up. My goal is to get all the Rangers to sign at least their helmets. Again, can't do that with Jason David Frank anymore, very sad. The legend is no longer with us. However, we still have the Pink Ranger and a bunch of the other original Rangers that wore these helmets. So you can at least go that route. Did you guys pick this up? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you either get the helmet, the Power Lance, or Billy's size? And did you run into any painting issues with yours as well? And with mine, with my helmet, it looks like I have some scratches at the top, which is, again, very disappointing, but this is gonna be a display piece. You're not gonna see that, but if I'm paying as much as I am, I'm expecting these items to arrive in pristine condition. And you saw how I took these out. The tape was still sealed. These should not be arriving with any sort of scratches, damages, or paint mishaps. And that's an issue that we're running into with some of the Black Series figures and Vintage Collection figures for Star Wars. And now they're starting to do that with the Power Ranger figures. So that's another reason why I kind of stopped posting some of the Star Wars videos and unboxings. I'm not happy with the Vintage Collection and Black Series and the direction that they're going in. But let me know, did you pick these up? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm Backherm the Unknown. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Backherm out.